Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to today's watch along stream. This is a return. We've not done one of these in quite some time, so it's hopefully going to be a lot of fun to be back and watching along with a Premier League game with you guys. Obviously today it is going to be a Leicester game because why would it not be? So Everton v Leicester is starting in 10 minutes time. And we're going to be watching it along, providing you live commentary as well as stats and all of that stuff and everything as the game goes on. So hopefully you do enjoy this one. If you do, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you're new, if you want to see more streams and videos. And yeah, we're going to get into things. Again, obviously the match starts in 10 minutes. Lineups are out and have been. Our team is pretty much as expected. Obviously, Vardy is injured. So is starting Ayoze Perez up front. And Everton's starting 11 is not too surprising either. For those of you that don't know how these watch-alongs work, obviously I don't have the rights to the Premier League, so I can't show you the actual game. What I can show you is this. So, excuse me. So, if we go across to the watch-along part, then we'll be looking like this with... let me turn this on. Why is that... One sec. What's going on here then? Oh. I accidentally closed that window. What a genius. Oh, because I restarted Chrome, didn't I? Open that in a new window. Make it as... There we go. Perfect. Okay, so it will look like that, and then we'll have this over here. And then when the game is going on, I will show you it like this. Boo! Obviously, this is Brighton-Fulham. Our game starts in 8 minutes. And so once it starts, I'll be able to have this for our game. But for now, we'll just leave Brighton-Fulham on just so we can see what's going on there. But how is everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Hi, hey, hello, everybody. Again, I really, really hope you enjoy this one. If you do, please, please, please do hit the thumbs up down below. What's it on? It's on BT. It is on BT Sport. Every Prem game for this match week, match day, whatever, is on BT Sport. Perez getting his start. Yep. Fresh trim. I did it myself today. It's not the worst. It's not the best. But it's not the worst. It's a bit heavy back here, which is why I'm not going to turn all the way around. Same on this side, because I haven't been able to do the top very well, but the side... It's not too bad. Not too bad. Burnley are one of the worst teams to watch in the world. Long ball constantly. Brexit FC with the big dub over Villa. Absolute scenes. Right. You say, thanks for this. No problem. Nice haircut. Smart trim. Cheers. Put the game on my TV, watching my phone. Sounds good to me. Sounds good. Score prediction. 2-2. 2-2 is what I think. What's your thoughts on Hamza to Newcastle? He's okay, but he's nothing special. Ready for Perez hat-trick. I probably wouldn't go that far. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I think he'll do well, because he's a good player. He is a good player. So yeah, 2-2 is my prediction. Again, the trim. The trim is the dream. I didn't think it would come out as clean as it did, but... Hey. Maybe from now on I'll just do my own hair all the time. Who needs to go and get a haircut when you can just do it yourself? It takes a lot longer, but it's free. It's free. Marley, no, but I would like to do this more often. More often. I'm going to keep that there. So we've got 5 minutes to wait until our game is live. Can I do yours? I'm not sure about that. COVID and that, right? My dad did ask if I could do his. The only problem is I can't do the top because I don't know how to thin it or trim. It's easy to do a fade because you just go up and up and up and up on clippers, but to actually trim the top is not that easy. Is this on the wrong channel? No, they're just showing the other teams walking out of the other stadium. What are you doing? Hoping for a Leicester win or draw because Everton 3 points behind West Ham. Joe, cheers. It's a Sprite 0 from McDo. Thoughts on our Europa League games versus Slavia Prague? Prague was the dream away day. Before, like, once we knew we were in the Europa League, Prague was the dream away day. Before, obviously, COVID and everything existed, we were like, oh, man, imagine if we could go. Like, even if we didn't have tickets, let's go to Prague, go away, go for a couple of nights out and stuff like that. And if we could somehow go to the game, sick. If not, then so be it. But oh man, it was going to be so good if we could have got that, but unfortunately didn't. Now we get them, but it's too late. So we'll have to see how things go against them. They're okay. They're not insanely good. They're not outrageously bad. It's a bit of an in-the-middle fixture. You'd be far more confident about getting a result tonight if you had Allen or Doucouré. Yep. West Ham season so far. Ups and downs, basically. Jack, yeah, exactly. I support Leicester. Niall? Which is why the return of the watch-alongs starts with a Leicester game. You love to see it. Madison, Team of the Week card and masterclass of a performance on the same evening? Exactly. The plan is most likely to do a team takedown on that card once Team of the Year's done. Oh, excuse me. You need James to bang 5 in to save your dream team. No, thank you. We'll take a Harvey Barnes goal, though. Try and start a channel. Any tips? Honestly, just do it. Learn from experience is what I would say. Carl, we'll see. Have I cut my hair? Yep. Cut it myself earlier. Favourite ever player? Ronaldinho. Easily. Players are walking out. Alex, I think I'll probably wait until the evening because tomorrow we can open up David's outrageous, like 120,000 FIFA points and 100 and something. Do I have it on here? Saved up packs. I can't remember how many it is. It's like 170 or something like that. Summit, that's very good. What did you upload? Marley, you're a traitor. Enjoy. How's McDo? Sick. Golden Boot? Let's hope that Jamie gets it, even though it's very unlikely. I think it'll be Harry Kane. Jamie, none. Couldn't. Joe, yeah, they're great. They're great. The maroon kit. Got to love a bit of the maroon kit for us. Story time, nice. Tyler, I don't watch that kind of thing. It's because you like Man U, yep. Fair play. Good luck tonight if you're a Man U fan or a fan of anyone else that's playing today. Brighton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Man U. Any of the Championship teams. Hopefully you're not a Cardiff fan. Yikes, not going well right now. McDowell's Nugs. What do I think of Fofana? Fofana has been fantastic so far. Taken to the league as if he's played here for years. Right, I can now switch to this screen. Oh, lovely. Oh, is that how I had it before? This would make a lot more sense. One sec. Let me move this over here. Yes, and then I move that over there. Right. That makes so much more sense in terms of the positioning of everything. Although that looks like it needs to move a tiny bit over to the left and then up about 5 pixels should do it. That's central enough. Okay. How much was Fofana? Like 30 mil or something like that. For a 19-year-old. Risky. AF. Seagulls fan, so the game right now is important. Good luck to you. Sean, yeah, I did. Albrighton basically medium work rates IRL. High. That is the one thing that Albrighton has. No one can ever take away his work rate from him. High. TLM, yeah, it's a big pet peeve of mine. But we're in the maroon kit. You love to see it. We will get this timer started as the game is about to kick off. Predictions in the chat, everybody. As here we go. Everton with kickoff. Now, if you haven't seen me do a watch-along before, I try and provide my own bit of commentary to sort of keep you up to date with what's going on. But you can obviously see above me everything that is happening as well. So even if I'm not talking about exactly what's happening, you should be able to see it and be able to still understand what's happening. My fantasy captain this week is Bruno. Tielemans to score a banger tonight. We'll see. You hope that Everton win. Tom Davies, don't be giving away pens. Vardy's playing the Prem until he's 55. Sure, why not? Who do you think is Everton's biggest threat? Calvert-Lewin to score, but James for creating. Joe, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But here we go. 1 minute in. Obviously, you've got to take a little bit of time to settle in these games. Everton with a throw-in on the left-hand side. They've got Gomez playing today in midfield. Looks like they're playing a 5-2-3, Everton tonight. Obviously, Digne on the left. Gomez and Davies in the middle. Then it looks like James Rodriguez on the right, Richarlison on the left, and DCL up front. Whereas for us, Leicester, we basically play 4-1-4-1 every single game now. So, Ndidi sitting in front of the back four, and then you've got Tielemans and Maddison next to each other, just ahead of him, sort of like number 8s. You've got Barnes on the left, Albrighton on the right, and then tonight we've got Perez up front because Vardy is obviously injured. So, a lot of the play will be through Maddison and Tielemans because of the fact that Everton don't have that many players in midfield, you would think, whereas Everton are going to try and exploit the width. Seems like it will be the way forward. A dull 1-0 win to Everton with a keen header. If you're going to bet on goal scorers tonight, bet on Mina or Keane to score a header from a corner because that's how we concede most of our goals. Took Justin from us. Justin is amazing. Have I heard of the Ings to Leicester rumours? Yeah, I highly doubt it would happen. Here we go. Madders picks up the ball on the edge of the box. No, nothing happening right now. Dylan, cheers. Good luck to you, though. Gary, that's fine. That's fine. Maddison deserves a spot in the Euro squad. Definitely. Do I know why Justin is not playing? What do you mean? He is. Castan plays it to Albright on the right side. Whips it into the box. Harvey Barnes apparently fouls someone. He does get a shot off at goal, but after the ref has blown his whistle. That was a great ball out wide by Ndidi. Into Castan. Into Albrighton. Goes for a cross. Deflected. Harvey Barnes is judged to have fouled. Is that... I'm trying to figure out who it is. Holgate, right? Yeah. His shot was saved by Pickford anyway, so it's irrelevant. Have Maddison in your fantasy team. Yeah, I had the choice of Madders or Barnes, and I went with Harvey, because I thought there might be a tiny chance that he played up front. Although I did think Perez would, I thought, yeah. You never know. Right, Tielemans picking the ball up in the Everton half, sprays it to Madders, who then plays it out wide left. We've got Harvey Barnes running down the left-hand side. Richarlison actually with a good tackle, but Barnes manages to nip the ball past him at the second time, and Richarlison brings him down. Carl, what do you mean? Just in an FPL, he's cracked. He is. He's taken, though. This could very easily have been a yellow card for Richarlison, as he does bring down Harvey Barnes, but I don't think he got one. Just a slightly late challenge. He did win the ball the first time, and this is right now near the corner flag on the left-hand side that this free kick's going to be taken from. But he just didn't quite get enough on it to then keep the ball after his challenge, so he had to try and get the ball again with a second slide tackle. But Madders now whipping the ball in. Doesn't get past the first man. Shock. So the ball breaks back out to James Justin, who goes all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel. Tielemans was destined to an elite club when he was younger. Yep. Then he went to Monaco, and it didn't fully work out for him there. Under... Oh, what was his name? I can't remember the manager's name. But he sort of fell out of favour with him. And so we managed to get him on loan. And then they let us buy him. And he has been fantastic for us. Not Henry. It was before someone got sacked and Henry took over. Whoever that guy was, I think he was bold. I can't remember his name. Yeah, he didn't take to him. Jardam, that's it. That's the one. So he didn't really rate Tielemans that much. Whereas he then came on loan to Leicester and did fantastic on his loan. We then bought him permanently for like 35 mil, something like that. Started a little bit slow after his permanent switch, but for example, this season has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah. He is still looking like he's destined to be a fantastic player. Plays for Belgium now. Sort of has built his way into that team, playing alongside De Bruyne in midfield. And you are really seeing the quality that he shows. We've also got another Belgian midfielder in Dennis Pratt, but he is now injured for 3 months. So trying to get someone in the transfer window in order to replace him so we have a bit of cover in that position. But nothing as of yet, as the interest in Christian Eriksen was immediately cooled once we realised he wanted £300,000 a week. Yeah, no. I don't think Rodgers should try playing Vardy and Perez up front with Maddison behind, just an experiment. I would have said yes earlier in the season, but since switching to 4-1-4-1, it has been a consistent starting 11 with consistent performances, play styles, and results. So, right now, I think everything is fine as is. It is looking, so far in the first few minutes of this game, that my prediction was sort of right, that the ball... Oh, wait, Harvey Barnes charging down the left-hand side, gets a nutmeg off, plays it to Albrighton, right side of the box. It's deflected off of... Is that Godfrey, I think it was, that blocked that shot from Albrighton? Harvey Barnes with a filthy nutmeg on Holgate. Drives forward, gives it to Albrighton, and yeah, good block to be fair. Keeper probably have it covered, and then Perez goes for some weird scorpion kick. But it looks like the play is mainly going to come through the middle again. So Maddison and Tielemans side by side are going to be the guys that are creating the opportunities for Albrighton and Barnes to go forward, or to do 1-2s with Perez and stuff like that. Smith Rowe looks good so far. No under again. But again, it's not surprising. As I said a minute ago, this team pretty much picks itself at this stage, other than obviously with Vardy injured. This has been our most consistent set of performances and results in quite a while. So to change from what we've been playing with would be an unnecessary risk, really. And so as much as I love under, I feel like it makes a lot more sense, especially in a game like this, where you know that Digne, like Digne right here has just been pressing halfway into the Leicester half to try and get the ball back. You know that their fullbacks, especially when it looks like they're playing 5 at the back, are going to get forward a lot. So Albrighton works a lot harder at tracking back than Under does. So even though you lose out a little bit going forward, you get more defensively. And so I feel like that is the reason why, yet again, Albrighton has got the nod. He's also had a good run of games, to be fair. Leicester win themselves a free kick. Harvey Barnes is really, really playing well so far. He is skipping past defenders left and right, and Yerry Mina just gets in his way, basically. So Harvey Barnes skips past Tom Davies, who has looked anonymous so far in this game. I know it's only 10 minutes in, but he's just been waltzed past by the Leicester midfield multiple times already. And now Maddison has got a free kick opportunity. What's that? About 25 yards out? Maybe a little bit less than that. Left-hand side of the box. 4-man wall for Everton. Leicester have their own 2-man wall. Does that mean he's going to try and do exactly what Bruno did? Matters to take. Shocking effort. Hits into the shins of the Everton wall. Had basically zero chance of going in, that one. Not great. Isn't Castan Belgian? How's he done since joining? Castan is Belgian. He's done fantastic. A lot of players were linked. After the Chilwell exit, a lot of left-backs were linked. And then we ended up signing Castan, who has played left and right-back. Specifically left and right wing-back for Atalanta before joining us. This Leicester press, though. Done this a lot in recent games and keeping it up in this game against a tough Everton team. And he played really, really well. He had multiple goal involvements in the first few games of his season. Then he got a nasty injury, unfortunately, which kept him out for, what, a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. But he's now back in the team. Obviously, Ricardo Pereira has just about got back from his injury that he sustained when lockdown first started. Last March, he had an ACL injury, and he's just about coming back from his injury. He played in the Cup the other day, and he's on the bench tonight. I wouldn't be too surprised if we continue playing a 4-1-4-1, if Albrighton at right mid is replaced with Ricky P. I think that is what Brendan potentially wants to do, because Castan and Justin right now are undroppable. And so to put Ricky P in with a bit more of an engine and a bit more talent than Albrighton at right mid seems like the logical step, because he started his career as a winger. He's done very well for us when we forced him into that position a little bit last season. So that's my prediction. Tielemans plays it into the box though. Maddison plays it to Barnes. Tom Davies with a nice block, middle of the box. Leicester looking like the better team right now. But it's early doors. Anything can happen. On the counter, Leicester are dangerous. Yep. Georgie, you have to watch it on BT. As Castan drives into the Everton box, pulls it back to the edge. Madders picks it up, but too many Everton shirts in the way. But now Leicester regain possession. A long ball to Albrighton. Will he get on the end of it? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be an Everton goal kick. Who do I think has been better this season when fit? Digne or Castan? Maybe Digne edges it a little bit. But Castan has been very good, considering he's moved from a different league into a new team and everything like that. Gareth Southgate at this game tonight. I've just shown him on the screen. Looking out, I guess, for Maddison. Barnes, potentially, for England squads. Calvert-Lewin, obviously, as well. Fofana with a nice tackle on Richarlison. Ball with Tielemans. Played left. Maddison out to Harvey Barnes, who has been probably Leicester's most dangerous player so far. Still on that left side. Has a couple of players in front of him. Plays it inside to Maddison. Goes for a long-range shot just over the bar. That would have been a very, very good goal. That was about 25, 30 yards out on the left-hand side. Yeah. Somewhere in that range. Just curls it far post over the bar. Would Pickford have saved it if it had been just underneath? Hard to tell, but good effort from Maddison early doors, getting some shots in. Albrighton should have way more stamina on FIFA. Yep. Burnley winning the league. Definitely. Your team's just lost 5-1. Oh dear, Ryan. Is Pereira injured? He's just coming back from his ACL injury. Vardy has had an operation, so he's injured and out for the next few games. Everton trying to play it out from the back. Risky. And again, Ndidi with an interception. It bounces back to Everton, but seemingly unnecessary risk-taking and getting away with it so far. But if one player takes a little bit too long on the ball, because of the pressing that Leicester are doing, they don't have the time to do that. And right there, we just had an instance where Tom Davies tried to play the ball out, but indeed he's just on him in a flash. And whether it's with any of the other defenders, Perez or Maddison or Albrighton, they're all pressing and getting in the faces of the Everton players. And so it's a bit risky, this playing out from the back lark, but you never know. It might be the cause of something really good. Digne now with a 1-2 with Tom Davies. Going to whip in across here from the left-hand side. Calvert-Lewin in the middle. It is headed behind for an Everton corner, though. James Justin in the wars right there with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. It was actually Calvert-Lewin's header. Oh no, Richarlison's terrible header that was going miles wide. Bounces onto the back of Justin's head and is out for a corner. Taken short. Andre Gomez back to James. Whips it in. Kasper Schmeichel has to punch away. Tom Davies, I don't think anyone expected that one to go in. Blasts it over. My fantasy team has been let down because I benched Souček, but I do have Saka, which is not bad. Alex, exactly. Prefer Kelechi than Perez? I do not. If Under eventually takes Albrighton's spot long term, would it be Justin and Ricky P as fullbacks? Maybe, but Johnny Evans, get rid of that ball. I feel like if we're going to play this system, Ricky P suits that right mid position so much more than Under, because it feels like Brendan wants that position to track back more and defend. If he doesn't mind about that, maybe it's against a more open opposition. I feel like Under fits that perfectly, and so it might be a bit more of a rotation kind of thing. But with the way that we currently play, Ricky P makes the most sense over Under there, even though I love him, and he's very, very entertaining to watch, Chengo. You think Southgate is here for Albrighton? Imagine the scenes. Hey, when we play out from the back, always backfires. Cormac and Emotes just tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. Free kick just inside the Everton half. Richarlison fouled. Ashini's out for like 3 weeks. Loving your hair. Thanks. Did it myself. And I'm not even joking. I'm going to do it myself until lockdown's over. Once that's done, I'll start going back. But maybe not as regularly. I might just keep topping it up myself. 1-0 Boris. Yeah, sadly he's beating everyone right now. How are you getting a trim? Who's your plug? Buy some clippers and do it yourself. It's easier than you might think. Right, Everton on the right-hand side. James Rodriguez pulling the ball backwards, though, instead of going for the 1-2 forwards. Everton, this opening 17 minutes so far, don't seem to trust themselves. Oh my goodness, Castan giving away a completely needless corner here. And with the Leicester track record of conceding from set pieces, that could be very costly. Brings down a Yerry Mina ball, and then panics because Digne is pressing him, as I mentioned earlier, getting forward, the fullbacks in this formation for Everton, forcing him into an unnecessary mistake as he tries to pass it back to Schmeichel, and now an Everton corner. How often do I do this? I want to do this way more often. I thought we'd return with a Leicester one. Why is Castan's FIFA card right mid? Because for Atalanta he played left back, and right mid. Now it looks like he's going to be playing right back for us. Digne whips in the cross. And Everton head on it, but it is cleared by Maddison. And Everton have to reset. Jacob, I don't have much faith. Wesley Fofana battling against Yerry Mina. Digne gets the ball, whips in across, but Johnny Evans is there to clear yet again. Albrighton now on the right-hand side up against Andre Gomez. Goes for a nice ball into the midfield. Maddison with a lovely touch past James, but it is picked up by Godfrey. Nicely covered and defended there. Again, Everton causing problems for themselves by trying to pass out from the back to Tom Davies. I can understand if you're playing it to someone like Andre Gomez or James, but Davies doesn't look comfortable enough under pressure for this to work. Swansea, second v third. If Brentford win today, they go second. Nice. You don't think Dino's playing left back, you think it's left mid? Yeah. It does seem like he is getting way further forward on the left than any right wing back right now. So you might be right in that it is more... I don't even know. A 4-2-4? I don't know. 4-4-2? Just flat? James right mid? Don't know. Dino whips in this Everton free kick though. Aims towards the back post. Ndidi away, but only to Andre Gomez. Wins his team a throw-in near the corner flag. I'm watching the game on BT Sport 2. Was I nervous against Brentford? Yes. Yes. They're a good team. Perez and Madders applying a lot of pressure. Yeah. The Leicester press in the last month or so has been on another level compared to what it was before, where you saw like one or two players pressing, but you didn't then see someone back up that press with a second man. Whereas now you are seeing that, and the front six players are going and pressing. Which, again, is what you need to do. There is no point in pressing a team if only one or two players are going to do it. You all have to commit. That's why you see teams like Liverpool and Man City doing it so successfully at times, because, okay, the ball's gone past this first guy that's pressed. Next guy, go. Or they're already there, predicting that next pass. So teams are forced to then play it long. And so you've seen tonight a few times in this opening 20 minutes or so that Everton have tried to play it out from the back, but because of the press, they've been forced to then pass it back to Pickford, and he's had to go long. And so they're not creating as much as they could do if they were passing it quicker. Save a lot of money on haircuts by having a shocking head of hair, so you just shave it all off. Nice. The back of mine I need to fix up a little bit and trim the top, but now I know I can do my own fades. Pretty much skin fades. That's happy days. Happy, happy days. 22 minutes gone now. Leicester throwing deep in their own half on the left-hand side. James Justin with the ball in his hands. Plays a 1-2 with Ndidi. And then Fofana clears. That is a high boot by Ayoze Perez. Free kick for Everton midway in the Leicester half. And this is where we most likely get a Rodriguez or Digne curling cross in. But that... I mean, his boot didn't go near his face. It looks like Davies is just lying in saying that he got touched. If you get kicked in the face, you don't get up straight away. So going down holding his face even though it wasn't touched, but that's fine. Sheffield United are beating Man U. Really? Wow. Nice to see a non-biased commentary. I don't think there's any point in doing commentary if it's biased. There is no point. Oh, free kick taken. I thought that he wasn't ready. Is he given a foul? Or an offside? It's not offside. Oh, okay. Yerry Mina pulling Ndidi's shirt the whole time. I'm assuming is what that's been called for. If it wasn't for that, then I don't know why a free kick's been given to Leicester there, but hey, we'll see. It seems like Edouard could be a target for Leicester. Seeing a little interest. Mm-hmm. Good header from the right back from the corner. Fair play. Fair play. Davies diving. I don't think I've ever really been a fan of Tom Davies. Maybe it's just his hair. Don't know. Right, Leicester throwing midway in the Everton half. Throwing backwards to Tielemans. Goes back to Fofana. Now, one thing that I will say has changed a little bit. Since I did my last set of watchalongs, the Leicester play has sped up a little bit. Even though at sometimes it is still played between the back four, as it is right now, The midfield are dropping deeper and the passages of plays are quicker. And so there's not as much of Evans to Fofana to Evans to Fofana over and over again, which is good. But yeah, Brian scores for Sheffield United against Man U. Wow. Would that be the biggest upset of the season if they win that game? I guess so. Watkins in for Vardy. Nah, they paid big money, right? He's only been there for a season. Danny Ings, again. Edward, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure what we're going to go for, to be honest with you. Right. Ronaldinho looking like Everton's most dangerous player so far today. He is the one that is picking up the ball on the left-hand side and whipping in crosses repeatedly. But now Andre Gomez picks it up on the left, tries to play it into the middle. Johnny Evans doing a weird half Cruyff something in his own box. And Leicester doing exactly what Everton were doing earlier in the game, trying to play it out from the back too much and giving the ball away unnecessarily and creating a chance for Everton. It was a good foot-in by Ndidi, and then okay composure by Johnny Evans to take the ball away from Richarlison, but then release the ball. Don't hold on for it to it for as long as you are doing. Exactly what happened 20 minutes ago to Keane and Davies. I think with Davies, he was surviving off that goal, needed to be loaned out. Yeah. It's only really due to injuries, isn't it, that he even starts right now. Liverpool, Villa 7-2, biggest upset, or United Spurs 6-1. Definitely not that. Upset? United Spurs? Nah. The team that's got, what, 5 points this season or something like that. Beating a team top of the table. I would say tops both of those. Maddison drawing a foul from Andre Gomes. Yeah, you're never going to get away with that one. Could be anyone's league this year. This has got to be for neutrals, this is going to be one of the most entertaining title races there's been in a hell of a long time, right? Sure, probably at half-time. What is going on here? Mike Dean, just tell him what the problem is. Oh, sorry. He had to make Everton move the ball back about 2 yards to take the free kick. I guarantee later in the game, he lets one of the two teams get away with the exact same thing. Harvey Barnes is the guy that really looks like Leicester need to give him the ball constantly. He's the one making things happen. His link-up play with Maddison and Tielemans in this game has been really nice, and he's looked dangerous every time he's got the ball. He really has. Johnny Evans picking up the ball, though, intercepting a long ball by Everton, plays it out to Harvey Barnes on the left-hand side. 27 minutes gone. Plays inside to Perez, and then to Tielemans, who has a lot of space, and tries to find a ridiculously good ball to Albrighton, and he nearly did it, despite, but was, cut out by a very, very good interception at the back by Everton. Otherwise, Albrighton is one-on-one with Pickford. Maddison looks like he has found the top level of confidence. Same with Harvey Barnes, yeah. But now we've got James Justin playing it to Barnes, edge of the box. What's he going to do? He is going to play it back to Justin. Play to the edge of the box. Yuri Tielemans picks up the ball to Ndidi now. Back to Tielemans. Skips past Richarlison, plays it out wide left. This ball is played inside to Maddison. In again to Harvey Barnes. Central now. I don't know what he tried to do, but he loses out to Andre Gomez, but Leicester win the ball back. Nope. It is adjudged to be a foul on Calvert-Lewin. Just inside the Everton half by Fofana. Not loaning youngsters out. All got loaned out. Glad to see him doing it in the Prem. Yeah, Barnes, when he came back to Leicester from West Brom, took a little bit of time to really get going, but now he looks like a proper player. He needs to sort out his decision-making, as is what was his problem right there. He made a poor decision, and it ended up costing Leicester possession and the attack. Now Everton are on the break. Counter-attack here. They've got a lot of men forward here. James Rodriguez picks up the ball, goes for a cross into Calvert-Lewin, intercepted, pulls it onto his right foot, and he has just scored an absolute banger on his right foot. James Rodriguez, my good God. Talk about his, 2-star weak foot in FIFA? He tries to go for a cross at first from left-hand side of the box to Calvert-Lewin, blocked by Fofana, I think it was, here. Yeah, it falls back out to him, edge of the box, takes a touch onto his right. Bang. You don't stop those. Simple as that. Jeez, posting in by James Rodriguez. That is a fantastic goal. As much as I would not like to say it, I have to. Let me save this picture. There we go. 1-0. Everton. Man U goal ruled out. This is a very big goal in terms of the race for Europe and everything this year. James' 4th goal of the season. I believe that puts Everton 3 points behind Leicester with a game in hand. I'm not sure what that means in terms of the other teams in and around it, but this is a big game. Am I a Leicester fan? Yeah, I am. So this is a very, very important match for both teams. And as it stands, we, Leicester, are currently losing to a banger of a strike from James Rodriguez. And this is what I mean. Anyone that watches this, whoever you're a fan of, unless you're being biased, he's just scored a peach. And you have to admit that. You have to. 2-star weak foot, by the way. Yeah. Ridiculous. Oh, big touch by James Justin. Otherwise, the Everton counter-attack with Digne is on again. City is Everton's game in hand. Oh, okay. I mean, with the way they're playing right now, you don't see Everton getting anything from that. But still, this would be a huge 3 points for them if they get this. And it would actually be a bit of a blow for Leicester because of the form that we find ourselves in. And the way that we've been playing recently, you'd like to at least get a point from this fixture. Especially given the loss earlier in the season to them. But how long we got? We got 32 minutes played. It has been pretty end-to-end. The difference being a wonder goal. Neither team really before that has actually created a clear chance. There's been a couple of opportunities where the ball's been played into the box. Or maybe someone's had a shot from outside the box. But I guess you would have said the same if Maddison's goal had gone in. Or his shot had gone in. It's basically a wonder goal that would separate the game. But neither team has created something where you think that they should have scored up to this point. So it is still in the balance, despite the scoreline. And Ndidi fouling Tom Davies right on the halfway line. And he's gone down holding his side, but he went down holding his face when it wasn't touched earlier. So hard to believe him. James Rodriguez scored for Everton. A beauty on his right foot. What mic do I use? It is the Elgato Wave 3. I believe it's currently on sale. At least a little bit cheaper. So I think instead of being like 150 quid, it might be 130. Check it out. I upgraded from a Blue Yeti to the Wave 3. And it's so good. So good. Ronnie, I did. Jamie, yeah, exactly. Think of all the Colombian fans watching. If there's any Colombian girls that are watching that are a fan of James Rodriguez, hi, how's it going? My name's Scott. I love James as well, right? Les needs to take more shots. Yeah, again, we've had a couple, but they've been shots that you don't expect to go in. We've not created a clear-cut chance, but neither have they. yet they're winning. So you can't say that we've been, like, by far the worst team, we're getting dominated or anything like that. So it's been a very even game so far. First 35 minutes. Both teams just look a little bit cautious and panicky at the same time. Castan on this right-hand side against Digne is probably the best battle that this game is having so far. Those two going at each other constantly because a lot of the ball for Everton is coming down this left-hand side. And for the goal, Andre Gomez spreads the ball out to Digne. He must have been onside by about that much. So close. Then he gives it to James. James tries the cross, cuts in, and just bang. Not much you can say other than that. Now Leicester on the ball, plays into Harvey Barnes. Tries to play it wide right to Maddison. Finds him. Ball attempted to be whipped in, but Godfrey with a good block. He's had a decent game so far. He's put in quite a few tackles. He's had a few key interceptions. Especially one from Tielemans that was through to Albrighton. He made a massive interception that would otherwise have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Shoot your shot, exactly. Exactly. Colombian male. You must know some Colombian females then, right? Are Leicester weak to set pieces? Yes, we are both weak at set pieces and weak to set pieces. Favourite Leicester player? Right now, Madders is balling out and I love watching it. He is the man standing over the corner right now. We have two men short in Tielemans and Albrighton. Castan's stood on the edge of the box as well, but it looks like Madders is going to be whipping this one in. Yet again, doesn't beat the first man. That's two corners so far that have not got past that first Everton player. Then James coolly and calmly plays the ball out, but Ndidi wins it back from Richarlison. So yeah, we've conceded the most goals from set pieces this season, and we have also scored the least from set pieces in a... Oh no, we've definitely scored the least from corners. Maybe set pieces. Maybe we've scored from a free kick or two. But yeah, conceded the most from set pieces or from corners. And we haven't scored from a corner in our last... I think it's up to about 100 now. It's horrific. Honestly horrific. Rhino, I've been live for 6 p.m... like every other day recently, and the others I've been uploading. So I didn't go live today for FIFA because I thought I'd do a watch-along instead, and I needed time to cut my hair. So it took quite a while, and I didn't know how long it was going to take. Right. Just under 10 minutes left of this first half, as Everton get a throw-in in their own half. There was no 7:30 content. I think that's it. I think it's done. Is it on the second channel? No. Why would I do FIFA stuff on the second channel? What are you on about? Leonard Tielemans. Premier League title again, but it's an Aguero moment like Vardy last-minute goal or Europa League. I'd prefer to win the Europa League. Because then we still get in Champions League and we have a European trophy. We've already won the Prem. Take a European trophy. Look, yesterday and there wasn't a live stream. There was definitely a live stream yesterday. At 6 o'clock. Because the Team of the Year Defenders came out. Class communication from EA regarding the content. Yeah, I know. Oh, wow. So, James' first cross for the goal, not only did Fofana block it and clear it, but it also got deflected from Tielemans on to Fofana. And now Ndidi's down injured. Great. That would be a very, very bad injury for us if he was to be out again. But James Rodriguez and Yerry Mina dabbed when they celebrated, so I think that goal is actually disallowed. Sancho a big miss for set pieces? I'm not sure I agree. Get Tielemans on the next corner or free kick. Yep. Is this just cramp, but 40 minutes into a game? Indeed, he's still down. Something to do with his left leg. Game will now officially be forfeited. Exactly. Everton's next game against Newcastle. They should easily win that. Newcastle have looked shocking lately. Good game so far. It's been very even. I would say end to end, but there haven't really been any chances. We have had 4 shots, none on target. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target, which was the goal. Ndidi is still down. If he goes off, I'd be surprised if a comeback happens. Oh, Josh, did he get it? If you want to donate, does sending a sticker give you the money? If you mean a super sticker, then yes, like 70% of it, 60% of it, something like that. If you wanted, then you can do that. It's up to you. If you want to do like 95%, then the Streamlabs link in the description is the way forward. But super stickers, yes. You aren't just paying YouTube to send a sticker. But they do get like 30% of it. What happened to Wilf? I don't know. I don't know how he's got this injury. But it looks like Mendy is now coming on. So this is a big, big blow in midfield. And Ndidi is going off. I don't know what he's done. Let's hope that he is not out for a long time. Now, Mendy this season has not been bad. He's actually played pretty damn well in patches. At the start of the season, he had to play in midfield because Wilf was forced to play at centre-back due to our injuries. Then he had a bit of a second patch where he wasn't as good. But then lately he's played a few games and he's been solid again. So here's hoping that we get the good version of Mendy in midfield instead of Ndidi now. But that is big for the game plan and everything like that. Luckily, it's come with a half-time team talk only 5 minutes away. So potentially any changes to the... I don't think there'll be any changes to the shape. But changes for things like set pieces. Because whilst Mendy is really good at winning the ball back, you lose the physical, monstrous power of Wilf. Of having that height on set pieces and stuff like that. Mendy is a lot more diminutive, like a Kante, rather than Wilf, who does that defensive job, but has the power and the strength. So I think that's where the main differences will come. In midfield, it might not make much of a difference, because Tom Davies hasn't really been doing anything. Gomez has done okay so far, as Calvert-Lewin has played him down the right-hand side here by Holgate. But then no one in the box, so he has no options. Richarlison dropping deep to pick the ball up 30 yards out. Again, out to Digne on the left-hand side. Back to Godfrey. Skips past Perez. Digne again. Pressure by Albright and forced to go backwards. I am a Leicester fan, yes. Who did my hair? Me! Hi. I did my own hair. For the first time ever. The fade's fine, but the top needs topping up. I'm doing it tomorrow, I think. Where do I think we'll finish this season? I predicted 10th at the start of the year. No warm-up for Mendy either. Yes, but he only has to play 5 minutes or so before half-time, so he should be okay. That is Digne offside right there. Everton have done well to sort of stop the threat of the fullbacks of Leicester, which has been a big, big plus for them this game, because James Justin and Castan have been pivotal in the way that Leicester play in getting that extra man forward on that side, charging being direct with the ball, but Pickford gives the ball away to Tielemans here. Not the best. Godfrey manages to get it out for a throw to slow things down a little bit. Don't know what Albrighton's doing there, throwing the ball away. Sam, no. Robbo, yes, I agree. I agree. It might not be as big of a problem, but maybe Ancelotti will make changes now that Ndidi's off and Mendy's on to try and take advantage of that. I don't know. Richarlison charging forward here is brought down apparently by James Justin. Is he going to book him? Or is he booking... Yeah, James Justin with the booking. Trying to get back to Richarlison. He does pull him a little bit. It's one of those where it's a yellow card. Some games they won't give it for some bizarre reason. If you pull someone's arm back, it's a yellow. So, can have no complaints there. Sweeney, yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Everton have a great chance for top 4 games in hand, don't you think? I'm not sure. Solomon, our injuries this season have been awful. Absolutely. Probably our worst injury season in a very, very long time. I say probably. It is. Jesus. I tell you what, the Everton press seems to be getting more and more intense as this game goes on. And Gomez winning the ball back due to that press, plays it into Calvert-Lewin in the box, trying to turn to get a shot off, can't, plays it out right to Holgate, who whips in across, not going to go to anyone. Is he going to find Digne on the other side? I didn't think Castan touched that, so that should be a Leicester throw. Yeah, I don't know why he let that go out. Maybe he thought that Tim touched it, but Digne should have taken possession there and then tried to get in another cross. I don't understand how he messed that up. And now we've got Ayoze Perez trying to run past 3 players. Ball back to Pickford, and he hoofs clear. Digne with a flick on. Mendy picks the ball up in midfield. And we've got a minute or two until it is going to be half-time. And then we'll fully catch up with chat, as we are a tiny bit behind right now. But if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit the thumbs up. And if you do want to see more of these in the future, please do consider subscribing, as I would like to do more. Why couldn't I do a watch-along with a game we won? I don't know what that means. The hair looks great. Well, cheers. Train spotter. Oh, dear. What do I think the score will be? I said 2-2. I think James Justin should start left back for England. Maybe. No. It's between him and Luke Shaw. If you want a more attacking fullback, I'd go with JJ. This is chaotic, right? Harvey Barnes picks the ball up on the left-hand side of the box, plays it into Tielemans, goes for a shot, gets deflected, now to Albrighton, who goes for, I think the word is speculative effort. On the half-turn, I don't think that would ever have gone in, but you never know with Jordan Pickford, I guess. Maybe that's what they've been told. Just have some random shots and hope that he makes a mistake. I don't know, but that should be half-time. There should have been more time added on because of the Ndidi injury, but it's fine. That is half-time. Everton 1, Leicester 0. Let me get to that. There we go. Right, let's fully catch up with this then. Do I think Rodgers will give us a team talk to turn it around? I hope so. We need to play like we did earlier in the game. Getting Barnes to be direct and pushing forward. Getting Maddison and Tielemans on the ball as much as possible is what we need to do. I think the thing is, in this game, I think he's played Albrighton today because Digne is getting forward a hell of a lot down that left-hand side. But he's not defending that well against him. So you may as well be playing under. You say you hate Mike Dean. What, because he booked our player for fouling him? Madison, Grealish, Mount or Foden? they're not the same kind of... No. Grealish is basically a left wing. Foden plays deeper. Maddison is a number 10. Mount, I wouldn't say is. I'd say he's more of a number 8. Same with Foden. Feel we were unlucky with the goal. I mean, it's a wonder goal. It's an absolute banger of a strike. That doesn't necessarily mean it was lucky. It's just it was a very good goal. There's not much you can do about it. Sean, nice. Sheffield United still winning. That's... What are the stats in that game? Let's have a little look. So, Man United, Sheffield United. Stats. 77% ball possession. 6 shots to Sheffield United's 2. However, 1 on target to 2. And Sheffield United obviously scored. The stats in this game so far, though. Leicester with 65% possession, 4 goal attempts to 3, but similar to Man U, 0 on target. Everton have 1. Josh, I've watched it all so many times. Bounced off Fofana from a cross from James made him get back to it to shoot. Yeah. It also deflected off of Tielemans before it hit Fofana, but I don't really see how that's relevant. Leicester 1 on target according to Bet365. Oh yeah, that's true. This is wrong. This is wrong because Albrighton had a shot on target right at the end of that half. Oh, now it's updated. So there we go. 1 shot on target. It just changed. Favourite and least favourite? I don't know if I have an answer to that, honestly. I think they all have their own quirks, and that's why it works so well. It's like I'm currently watching the US Office for the first time. I'm on season 8 of 9. And that's been very good. How'd you take a loss so easily? There's no point in... Let me quickly move this over here. There's no point in getting annoyed by a loss that you have no control over. Like, if I start going mental because we're losing this game, what difference is it going to make other than putting me in a stupid mood for something that's out of my control? Obviously, you're not going to be happy with losing, but there's no point in going crazy about it. So, yeah. You do what you do. Like, obviously, if you win, then it's going to up your mood. If you lose, you're not going to be in the greatest of moods. But I don't think you should let football get to a point where if your team don't win, then it ruins your entire weekend, kind of thing. Because then you're relying on something that's out of your control to provide your happiness all the time, which is a pretty risky thing to do. Obviously, if it can add to the happiness, like, oh yeah, I've had a good weekend, and Leicester won, so it made it even better. Sick. But don't rely on that to make the weekend. Do stuff that you have control over. Hoping indeed he's alright, you don't want him out again. Yeah. As for us, these games against bottom of the league, Sheffield United need to be won to stay in the title race. Yep, but that sums up the season so far. If Man U lose this game to Sheffield United, nothing will sum up the season more than that. United lack of concentration to constantly concede first. But they normally come back when they're losing. You've always wondered how Bet365 get the animations and information all correct on the live feed in only 6 seconds behind real time. It's pretty impressive, to be fair. I think Edward from Celtic would be a good buy. I can't lie and say that I have watched him much, so I don't know. Donated, thanks for all you do for us to brighten our days, etc. Up the Seagulls. What is that score right now? Because surely that's in the second half, right? Is it still 0-0? I assume someone would have said something in the chat if anything had happened. But what did you put? Oh, you did come in with this. Thanks for all you do on YouTube. Love the watch-alongs. Overall, great guy. God bless you and your future. Thank you very, very much. Same to you. Absolute legend. I appreciate the generosity and support, especially in these ridiculously tough times that we're all in. Especially with lockdown basically being extended till mid-March at the earliest. Probably way longer than that. Just rewatching this absolute banger from James, sadly. Sadly. But yes, thank you very, very much. Oops. Okay. It's still 0-0. Who scored for Everton? James Rodriguez. Stoicism, nice philosophy. Yeah, if it's actually true, rather than a facade of like me saying, "Oh yeah, I don't mind that we it's not the end of the world that we lose," and then going and crying myself to sleep, just to try and put on a brave face. That wouldn't be good. Oh, if Maddis had banged that top corner, that would have been even better than Hammers's. Although it would have been on his strong foot, to be fair. All you ever wanted to see from your team week in, week out is to put effort and commitment in and show like they care for the club like you do. Yeah, and the thing is as well, it's coming from a Leicester fan that has been to numerous games in the Championship, seen as in League One. If we lose to Everton today, and yet we still finish this weekend like 6th in the Premier League or something like that, how can I possibly be annoyed at that after what I've seen us do over the years? Right? I agree with you in the fact that I think it's more frustrating to watch your team lose when they seem like they're putting no effort in, rather than if they're trying their best and you create some good chances, but you just don't quite find the back of the net or whatever. It's a lot easier to take than a team that look like they haven't turned up at all. That's when I can understand people getting more annoyed at it. My thoughts on that half, anyway, is that you've controlled that half without creating any big chances. And to be honest, we've had that bit of quality up top with James and been solid defensively. I think that's a perfect summary of the first half. Very disappointed with the Man U performance. People hating on Martial and Rashford has been as bad. Rashford hasn't been great, yeah. But yeah, Brighton still 0-0. What time is that on then? That's got to be close to the end. 85th minute, Brighton Fulham. Right. Beautiful. Any initial changes you'd like to see Rodgers make to the squad going into the second half? I like under, so I'd like to see him come on. Because the point of all Brighton on the right-hand side of trying to nullify the Digne threat has not worked at all. He's been the guy that's probably created the most in this game out of both teams, is Luca Dean. So you may as well have a more attacking player there, so that when you do get behind him and potentially get one-on-one against Godfrey, you've got a player that's better at beating a man. Because crossing balls into Perez is probably not going to do that much this game. Ronnie, maybe. Who am I supporting? Leicester. Where do I think Leicester will finish at the end of the season? I said 10th at the start of the year. because of Europa League, because of the injuries that we started the season with and everything like that. My fantasy team, I have Bruno as captain. It's going great. Salah, Saka, Kane, Bamford, Antonio. Who's my other midfielder? Harvey Barnes. I've got Justin. I've got John Stones. Other defender this week. Who do I have? I can't remember. To be honest with you. I really can't remember. Yeah, sorry, don't know. And then in goal, I've got Martinez. That didn't go too well. Season in particular, don't mind losing an occasional game. It's now Newcastle Leeds. Yeah, like for example, when we lost to Fulham. That's harder to take than losing to like Liverpool or something. Perez and Albrighton been quiet though. Perez aligned a lot of pressure. Under on for Albrighton. Open up Perez a bit. Exactly. You're going to see more 1-2s and stuff like that if you have under on the pitch. And I feel like we'll move the ball a bit quicker, which is what we did at the start. The start of this game, so today, you had Maddison and Tielemans pinging the ball into Harvey, and then he'd try and beat a man. You could do the same with under, whereas you can't really do it with Albrighton. I will not be doing a reward stream tomorrow morning, no, because we'll be doing the humongous Team of the Year pack opening on David's account in the evening. Vardy's back in like 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the most. Train, yeah. Here in the Philippines, Champions League at the end of the season, Everton. Good luck with it. It would be nice to see the league shaken up. To have someone like us or Everton get in the Champions League this year would be awesome to see. Because it just means it's less boring. That's why I'm really liking the title race this year. I'm not putting us in it at all. Man U, Man City, Liverpool. Right? I guess. It's very entertaining to not actually really know who is going to win it. And I like that. Because, for example, when Liverpool had already won the league like months before it finished, it's just pointless. It's just pointless and not exciting. Whereas if you have multiple teams competing for different things, you're more interested in the games that might otherwise not actually be of interest to you. Oh dear, I've just seen the Sheffield United goal. Is no one going to slag the hair off for that? That's so close to the keeper from a corner. He should be coming out and punching that, no? I don't know. It shows what top tier managers can do to average clubs. Well, not average, but not the biggest and best. Not the big six, alright? Stream cut off when your girlfriend FaceTimed you. You sat through a 4-minute advert upon your return to give you some revenue. That is a true fan right there. Thank you very much. Right, second half is about to get underway. Let me get the timer on. Any changes at halftime? I highly doubt it. We basically never make halftime subs unless we've got an injury. So I'd be surprised. I think around 60 minutes, if the scoreline's the same, you'll probably see under come on. He'll probably bring on Iheanacho before under, sadly. Maybe change the lineup if it changes for future streams. Yeah, I mean, I could do that right now. Let's see. Glenn Murray. The scenes. What a legend. Opinion of Kelechi? Can't play as a lone striker. Is good in a 2 up top. Alright. Blow that whistle, Mike. Here we go. Second half is underway. Is it full team of the year from tomorrow or Friday? We're assuming tomorrow, because that's when defenders go out of packs. Right then. Second half. Mendy. winning that ball back. James Justin gets fouled by Richarlison, and now he's moaning at the ref again. He's one of those players that's frustrating to watch because he'll moan at the ref every single time he gets fouled, but when he commits a foul, it's never his fault. Yeri, in a bit. DCL this year has been very good. He's been a force in the box that's hard to deal with. His movement's been very good. He's got good power as well. Oh my goodness. One of those just floaty free kicks lofted in from halfway in the Everton half by Maddison. Flicked on by DCL. And luckily for Everton, it just about goes over the bar. But that's a Leicester corner! There's no point getting excited for this. Here we go. It's played short this time. Albrighton whips it in. Calvert-Lewin with the clearance. Mendy completely miskicks it. Tielemans with a nice touch, but Holgate is going to clear it out for a throw-in. Mendy showing why he should probably never ever shoot again. Right there. Brighton-Fulham looks like it has either ended or is about to end. Maddison picks up the ball in the Everton box, goes down, nothing given, goal kick. Wouldn't surprise me if this... There's a bit of a coming together, but I don't think it's in his back. I think it's more shoulder to shoulder. It might be the tiniest bit behind his shoulder. So some people will say, oh, it's a penalty, it's a foul. But if you're getting penalties for that, then... the game's gone, surely. Yeah, it's shoulder to shoulder in the box. Godfrey goes down. I don't really know what exactly he did. Maybe he, like, jarred his shoulder or something as he went into the floor. He sort of stood on Madders as they both slid away, and it's fine. Goal kick. Sam, I think it's getting close to like 100 corners since we scored. It may be over that now. We just don't score from them. As we give away yet another free kick. Castan on Digne this time. Yeah, Inferno, I did see that. Tarek, what do you mean? He's a hero. Arsenal season so far. It's getting there. Looks like it might be good to give a manager time. Who'd have thought it? Chelsea. Right, Digne whips in a long free kick. Mendy with a clearance, but falls out to James. Takes a touch inside, plays it to Tom Davies. Glides past one, tries to whip in across. It's a poor effort. Tielemans clear to Maddison. Now tries to bring the ball away, but there's no one really in front of him. Has to play it wide right to Perez, who is not up front right now. One-on-one with Davies. Plays it wide right to Castan. Inside to Tielemans. Is he going to go for a cross? Nope. Back out to Timothy. Castagna. Yuri Tielemans behind him. Plays it back to Wesley Fofana. Right side. Poor pass. But Leicester get themselves a throw-in, luckily. Poor pass by Fofana trying to find Castan again on that right-hand side. Now it is back with Fofana in the Leicester half. Inferno, yes. Toby, I'm doing good. How are you? How are you? But yeah, just another shout-out to Leonard for before. Absolute hero. As Tielemans picks the ball up here. A lovely pass into the box, but good interception by Tom Davies. And Harvey Barnes, for some bizarre reason, instead of crossing it, decides to let the ball go out for a corner. Because we're so good at them. Played short to Maddison. Edge of the box, Timothy Castan into Harvey Barnes. Has a shot, Pickford saves. James Justin just puts it wide. Good. To be fair, well-worked corner here. Matters to Castan, and then a nice run by Harvey Barnes. Decent save by Pickford. And then Justin just tries to pass it into the bottom right-hand corner. It's close. It's probably about a foot wide, maybe a tiny bit more. Good effort and good move. And a little bit better right there. A little bit better. Commentator's right, not one cross from Albrighton yet. So there's no point in him being on the pitch. Get under him. Everton's goal was a banger from James Rodriguez on his right foot from just outside the box. He tried to whip a ball in. It was like half cleared, fell to him again, took a touch inside, just banged it. Fantastic goal. But Leicester now on the attack. Poor pass by Mendy. That's another foul by Richarlison. James Justin plays the ball out left. Going forward, Harvey Barnes glides past Richarlison, has Justin to his left, goes for a long-range shot, blocked by Yerry Mina. Hopeful. And a little desperate, but the ball played out left now to James Justin, back inside to Maddison in the middle. Right now to Tielemans, back to the Leicester centre-backs. Johnny Evans on the ball is not what you want to hear as a Leicester fan, but he does play it forward, finds Perez, who has been pulled back by Mina. No foul given, though. Now the ball back with Johnny Evans again. This will be 1-1. I'll take that as a Leicester fan at this stage. Fofana picks up the ball right-hand side of the halfway line. Back to Johnny Evans. Should just give it to Tielemans or anyone else. Literally anyone else. Casper rather than Johnny Evans. Mendy picking up the ball left side. Back to Johnny Evans. Finds Mark Albrighton, who is apparently still on the pitch. Castan being further forward than him half the time. Fofana finding Mendy again. To Johnny Evans. A little bit slow from Leicester. Just not really trying to penetrate that Everton side. But the ball is found with Perez in the box. Gets past Yerry Mina. Tries to get a cross in as he's being held by Mina. Into the midriff of Michael Keane, though. Would have been interesting if Perez had gone down as to whether they'd give a penalty just because Mina was holding him, even if it isn't that much of a foul because of what referees give nowadays. But he did stay up. He tried to get that cross in, but yeah, just crunches Keane in the chest. But better by Leicester there. Again, actually trying to make something happen. Mendy. Middle to Maddison. Tackled by Gomez, but ball back with Leicester. Albrighton now. See, this is where you need someone that wants to move forward with the ball, and Mark is not that player. Hopefully, Brendan realises that as well. United are still getting beat as it stands, yeah. Fofana now charging forward through defence, but gives the ball away. It's just the sloppiness in the passing. As Johnny Evans plays it back to Kasper Schmeichel. Sean, nothing after this game. Nothing after this game. James Justin finding Harvey Barnes, left side of the Everton box. Played inside again to Tielemans. Has a couple of options. Goes for a cross into the middle. Pickford punches away. And then James Rodriguez caught in possession by Maddison, but he does manage to win it back. And him and Gomez linking up to keep the ball in midfield for Everton. Getting harassed by Mendy as Messi scores for Barca. Albrighton's still on the pitch, yeah, you wouldn't know it. Tom Davies now with the ball. Plays it back comfortably to the Everton defence. James Rodriguez outrageously deep in his own half. Just wanting to make things click. Maybe he's getting a little bit frustrated that his teammates are not getting forward enough, and so he's trying to do it himself. Long ball by Everton. Finds his way all the way through to Kasper Schmeichel. Is Ndidi injured again? Yeah, he went off about 35 minutes in for Mendy. Don't really know exactly what caused his injury, but if it's a muscle injury, that's not great for us, as he would be out for a little bit again. Albrighton has found possession of the ball. Now Tielemans, midway inside the Everton half, plays it forward and left to Justin, then to Harvey Barnes, who manages to win a corner by going for an outside the foot cross, but a good slide tackle from Holgate. Leonard, yeah, it's not great. Not great. Maddison on this corner. Now, his 2 previous corners in this game that he's played actually into the box as a cross have not beat the first man. The last corner was played short and a really nice piece of, off the training ground. Nearly created a goal-scoring opportunity for Leicester. They play it short again to Albrighton, who's going to cross it in now. Yet again, doesn't beat the first man. One of the most frustrating things in football. But Everton needlessly give the ball away. Johnny Evans is still at the pitch, for whatever reason. Bit bizarre. Now jogging back to the halfway line, but finds himself with the ball again. Should play it left instead. No, he does go left, but with a long ball that just goes off for a goal kick, because he's terrible. It should be Soyuncu and Fofana playing, but for some reason Johnny Evans still plays every game. So yeah, that is a goal kick for Everton. 56 minutes played. Leicester not really looking like they have what it takes to just break through and create that big chance right now. It's just a bit too slow and not smooth enough. But now Tielemans finds the ball, gives it to Perez, edge of the box. That is another Richarlison foul. That's 3 in the second half alone. Will he be booked? Of course not. It's Mike Dean. So this is now another dangerous free kick for Leicester, right in the middle of the D of the edge of the box, that Maddison is going to be stood over yet again. Last free kick that he had hit the shins of the Everton wall. Let's hope for a better one this time. You say no Vardy equals no goals? Our last 17 goals have come from players other than Jamie Vardy. Something ridiculous like that, I think, is the stat. Underarm for Albrighton would be good, yeah. Soyuncu is back from injury. He could be playing tonight, but he's not. Do I think we should play Soyuncu instead of Evans? Yes. Tuesday, the dream. Who's looking the better side? It's pretty even. Maddison, run up for the free kick, and into the face of Richarlison, who's now gone down, holding his face as if he's been shot. He's very unlikable, Richarlison. Do I think Iheanacho for Perez? I hope not, no. Going for cross against Mina and Keane. Yeah, it just doesn't make much sense. Richarlison's still crying about the fact that he headed a ball away. What is going... They just kicked the ball. So we had a throw-in, probably about 15 yards away from the goal line of Everton's goal. Yet apparently because it was a head injury, they just booted the ball all the way back down the other end to Schmeichel to give us the ball back. For someone heading a ball away. Okay, James Justin up against Richarlison. And Justin not getting the better of him that time. Trying to twist and turn him. But not figuring out how to actually create something right there. Half an hour left before any stoppages. Holgate with the throw down the line. Calvert-Lewin loses out to Johnny Evans, but that's another Everton throw-in. Nothing doing for Leicester right now. A change or two should be inbound. Cengiz Under is being given instructions by Brendan Rodgers. If that is not for Albrighton, I would be surprised because he's been anonymous. Anonymous. Brighton Fulham finishes 0-0. Yeah. Any chance of doing United Arsenal watch along? Maybe. So, Under getting his instructions, looks like he's going to come on. As for other subs, a lot of people warming up. A couple of people taking off training tops, but as it stands, still Everton 1-0, which is the most important thing right now. Fofana has the ball on the halfway line for Leicester, twisting and turning, trying to find someone to play the ball to. Tielemans with a lovely through ball down the line, and Castan, it looks like, gives a foul away. No, referee does not agree. That is a Leicester corner. Looked like he might have nudged Godfrey in the back there, but a corner is given. Woo. Here we go. Childhood Leicester hero. David Nugent. Absolute god. Right, we've got Mark Albrighton playing the ball to Tielemans. Back to Albrighton. Shocking touch by him. Fofana going in with a bit of a crunch. And that is a Leicester throw-in as Everton managed to clear the ball. Albrighton needs to be off this pitch right now. Josh, I know. Dream realistic signing for Leicester is under permanently. Tuesday, yeah. The Messi equaliser. Right, Yuri Tielemans. Here we go. What's going on here? Maddison plays a ball. Castan into the box. Tries to cross it. Just not happening, though. Cleared by Tom Davies. Not enough players in the box to really spam these crosses. Albrighton actually attempts a cross now. Cleared easily by Michael Keane. Tielemans picks the ball up. Gets fouled. No, he doesn't by Andre Gomez. Apparently a good tackle, says the ref. Tries to get past Mendy. And fails to do so. Then proceeds to foul him. And gives away that free kick, which Fofana will take. Just kick it at him, get him booked. I don't know why players don't do that. If a player blocks a free kick by standing in the way of it, they get a yellow card every time. So why do players not just boot the ball at them when they stand in front of it? I don't understand. I don't think I've ever seen a player take a quick free kick that's been instantly blocked and the player not get booked. So I don't know why they don't do it every time. Get a free yellow. I don't know. Leicester all over you by the sound of it. We are having much more of the ball. We're not doing that much with it, though. We've got a lot of possession between the halfway line and the box, but they're not doing anything further forward than that. However, James Rodriguez has just brought down Maddison, and he has managed to pick himself up a yellow card. Just a cheap foul. Needless. Maddison was probably going to get tackled by whoever was just in front of him, but James brings him down, and now potentially a good chance for Leicester here to whip this cross in. Tielemans and Maddison stood over it. Under still warming up on the sidelines. Looks like he is getting ready to come on, though. And it looks like Maddison, is going to take this as Tielemans walks away. Ball is crossed in. Doesn't beat the first man. Matters with another attempt at a cross. A flying block by James Rodriguez, though. Impressive. Leicester thrown on the right-hand side. Oof, risky challenge by James, but manages to just get a tiny bit on the ball with his slide tackle. Otherwise, he could easily have been off there. And again, as you said in the chat, Leicester with all the ball, but just not creating chances with it. Creating a little bit of danger, but nothing more than that. The ball needs to be moved forward quicker. There's too much back and forth or side to side, rather than actually doing a slightly risky pass to actually try and penetrate that defence or go forward with the ball. Tielemans plays it out to James Justin on the left-hand side. He's got Barnes ahead of him, decides to cut in and go past Richarlison instead. Could have done a 1-2 with Perez, but he ignored it and played it to Maddison instead. Finds Albrighton in the box, whips it in, and James Justin, was it? Yeah, of all people, nearly gets himself a goal. Albrighton's cross looks like it gets deflected, but Pickford does well in order to get a fist in the way of Justin's boot. And that is very good goalkeeping by Pickford, to be fair, to stop that. Because that was a very, very dangerous opportunity. That was probably the closest that we've been to a goal for quite some time. And fair play to Pickford in net there. 1-1, Harry Maguire. The scenes. The scenes. Jack, we'll see how it goes then. Johnny Evans pings it out left. James Justin then decides again to go backwards. Mendy into Tielemans, straight back to Mendy. This is not the Leicester of late, where they've trusted each other. The ball has been fizzed into each other's feet. I say that as Tielemans finds Madders, in the box, but a great tackle by Michael Keane. Sometimes that is all it takes. One player to find one good forward pass. A beautiful through ball. Maddison takes one touch into the box, but a combination of Mina and Keane both fly in and manage to give away a corner. But again, who cares? It's a Leicester corner. No one gets excited about these, unless you're the opposition. It's played short. Shocking pass by Mark Albrighton. James Justin plays it wide left now to Harvey Barnes near the left corner flag. Opposite side of where that set piece was taken. Lovely ball in. Wow. Fantastic cross in by Harvey Barnes. Fofana and a couple of others charging into the box. Nearly getting on the end of it, but again, Pickford with a punch out. And now another corner is taken quickly. Johnny Evans has the ball in the box. I think that's all that needs to be said. Harvey Barnes on it now. Tielemans edge. Has a shot. Go on, Yuri. The scenes. The absolute scenes. Tielemans with the equaliser. I'm not sure how, but it's got through everybody. It looked like there were 4 or 5 players in the way of Tielemans. I don't know how he's managed to get that through everyone there. Harvey Barnes does really well. It genuinely goes through about 5 Everton players. Pickford gets a hand to it, but he can only push it onto the post and in. It doesn't get deflected. Pickford should probably do a bit better with that. If we're being honest... You know what? It's tough. Because when you see it in slow-mo, it looks like he should be able to get a bigger hand on it and push it further wide. But when you see it in real time, because it goes through so many players, like I said, 4 or 5 Everton players were in the way of that shot, he wouldn't have seen it until it was late. So I think he'll probably get harsh criticism. But I'd have to see it again from a couple of different angles. But I'm not sure there's a... I think people might go a little bit too hard on Pickford there. But it was a powerful strike from Tielemans. And again, had to get through a lot of bodies to get on goal. And now Everton looking dangerous already. Looking to go and get that lead back. But Tielemans has been really, really good as of late and gets himself another goal. Found himself a few this season. And the substitution that we've been calling for ages, Cengiz Under is on for Mark Albrighton. So now, a bit more of a forward-thinking player, less well-rounded and less defensive ability than Albrighton, but... probably going to be a bit more interplay and stuff like that with Under on that right-hand side with Castan behind him. Probably going to be quite a few 1-2s with him. Maybe Maddison and Tielemans getting involved as well. But this game is really, really well set up for the neutral. It's been... Oh my goodness. It's been pretty end-to-end stuff throughout the entire game. As Maddison is completely barged by Holgate there. It's been pretty end-to-end, just not that many chances created. And even that, it wasn't that great a chance. A bit like the Everton goal. But yet it still ends up in the back of the net. When I cut my hair today, and yes, I did do it myself. Under can beat a man, exactly. Albrighton off finally, wasn't his day today. No, it was not. And Under getting involved already... trying to beat a man, winning himself a throw-in. Just inside the Everton half on the right-hand side, Yuri Tielemans with the ball in his hands. Tries a quick throw to Under, but it does not work out. And now Everton potentially on the break. James Rodriguez didn't play the pass wide left. If he had, that could have been potentially Everton's most dangerous attack of the half, but he decided to go backwards instead. Now the ball's been recycled all the way over to the right-hand side, and then a poor pass forward by Holgate means Leicester gain possession and can now start their own attack. But normally, James is the guy. If you expect anyone to go for that killer ball, you think he's going to do it. I'm surprised he didn't. And now we've got James Justin on the left side of the Everton box. Gives it to Harvey Barnes. Goes for the nutmeg on Yerry Mina. Is not successful. Tielemans with a nice slide tackle, though. And Leicester are back in possession. On the left-hand side again. James Justin with the ball. Been involved a lot. Maddison going for a nutmeg on Andre Gomez. And again, we lose out. Calvert-Lewin gonna... This is like a 4-on-3 here. Calvert-Lewin plays it inside James Rodriguez. Goes for a reverse ball. Finds Richarlison / Calvert-Lewin. And I don't really know what happened there. I think Mendy's... Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin got in each other's way. I don't think either of them knew who James' pass was for, and so they both sort of ran into each other. Mendy was in there, in and abouts in the box as well, and I think he just tackled it onto Calvert-Lewin. Leicester goal kick. Who scored for us? Yuri Tielemans, who is now on the ball, pinging it wide right, finds Cengiz Under. Nice touch past Digne. Now driving infield, going for a shot from 30 yards, blocked by Godfrey. I told you about forward thinking. Johnny Evans now with the ball. Imagine he cut his hair himself. That's talent. The scenes. The absolute scenes. The back isn't great. That's why I'm not going to show you it. James Rodriguez and Yuri have got the goals. VD. Send us a cheeky fiver. Go on. Think Yerry Mina will get yellow? I have no idea. Madders now. Right side. We've got Timothy Castan. Back to Maddison. Back to Cengiz Under. Mendy involved. Slow build-up play from Leicester. Under. One-on-one with Andre Gomez. Decides to go back to Mendy instead. Who plays the ball back wide right to Under. Coming inside on that left foot of his, trying to find someone to play it to. Decides to play it back to Tielemans, who then, nice ball out wide right to Castan, whips in across. It is blocked by Godfrey, and that is now another Leicester corner. I believe that's the 7th, maybe 8th corner that Leicester have had in this game. Unfortunately, we're the worst team in the league for scoring from corners, so it doesn't mean anything, but it's still intent. It's attacking play. Mark, I think they have 2 listeners. Ball whipped in, and it's straight to Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford. And now the ball is pinged out wide right by Andre Gomez, out to Holgate, who's not done that much this half. He did just beat James Justin, but then decided to stand still. He could have driven forward with the ball. He could have done a lot more with it, but instead decided to go backwards. And again, a bit like James earlier, I don't really know why they're doing it. Everton are not having as much of the ball as Leicester, yet when they get it, they don't seem to trust themselves. And if they did, they could easily create a couple of chances in this game. But now Richarlison losing out on the ball again. He's not been great this second half, which means he'll probably score. Tielemans finds Perez with a lovely ball. Drives into the box on the left-hand side, but his not too convincing shot is straight at Jordan Pickford. Andre Gomez now bursting through the middle. This is a good run by Gomez. Fouled by Johnny Evans. Richarlison still has the ball, though. Finds Calvert-Lewin. Cannot knock it down to James, who is now moaning at Richarlison. I would be surprised if Johnny Evans does not get a yellow card once play stops for his foul on Andre Gomez. But Leicester have the ball on the right-hand side. Under against Godfrey. Faking inside and out, over and over. Manages to play it to Tielemans, then to Harvey Barnes, who finds himself central. Gets it onto his right foot, plays it wide to Castan in the box now, tries to play it back, but it just seems to be attempting to be a little bit too precise. Sheffield United just scored. Ollie Burke. Wow. Absolute scenes. Again, a big goal in what is title, top 4 race and everything, as well as Sheffield United's attempts to get out of that relegation zone. Maddison now driving into the box with the ball, has a shot deflected, and Pickford saves. Leicester definitely on top. This second half has basically been all one way. And one goal to show for it, which was the equaliser, but a second would be necessary. So Soyuncu coming on for Johnny Evans. I think that is wise. And I think that going forward, the dream scenario is Soyuncu and Fofana as the two centre-backs. I'm not sure if Evans has picked up a knock, maybe from his attempt when he fouled Andre Gomez. He did go down afterwards, but he got straight back up, so maybe he picked up something there. Another short corner from Leicester. Tielemans with the ball in. Good header by Mina. Pickford punches clear. Mendy nods it back in for some bizarre reason. And now Richarlison on the counter-attack. Good challenge by Tielemans, but Everton still with the ball. James Rodriguez with a wonderful pass. Calvert-Lewin is one-on-one with James Justin. Forced to go backwards. Finds Andre Gomez. Fofana pushes him back into his own half. That's great defending by Fofana. Great pressing. And Everton now have the ball back in their own box. And there it is, confirmation. Ollie Burke with that 2-1 goal against Man U. James Rodriguez picks up the ball. Right-hand side, Richarlison has a lot of space to run into here with Holgate on the overlap. Up against James Justin. Goes for the cross instead of the overlap. Poor decision. It's blocked. He gets the ball back. Maybe this time he'll choose the overlap. Nope, plays it inside to James. Attempted to be closed down. Andre Gomez back to James. Pings the ball wide left to Digne. Dangerous ball. But then Digne, somehow Everton still have the ball. Just a fluffed pass into the midfield. Holgate on the right side. Whips in across. Calvert-Lewin in a dangerous position. Couldn't quite get it. I don't know if that was a headed attempt. It hit his chest. I think that's all I need to say about that one. They've not really managed to find Calvert-Lewin with a good cross, which you always would have him down as at least having an effort on target if you do. But Fofana, to be fair, has done well up against him in using his physicality to try and stop him from being able to get on the end of those crosses. So that's pretty good by him. We've now got Maddison on the ball. 12 minutes left, probably about 15 with stoppages afterwards. Sean, I know. Will this end in a 1-1? I predicted 2-2. Cengiz Under now driving into the Everton box. They know he's left-footed. Another shot deflected behind for yet another corner. This is Leicester's 10th corner of the game. But we don't score from them, so it doesn't mean anything. Goodness sake. Oh wow, Frankie de Jong scored to get the hopeful winner for Barca. Yeah, 10th corner of the game. Everton have had 2. Looks like it's going to be a short one. Yep, Madders to Under, who whips it in. There's no one on that side of the box. Chengo. That's an Everton goal kick. Scott, I don't know why you would if you need us to win. Who do you think Rodgers' final change should be? Honestly, I don't know. We've got Kelechi on the bench, but I don't know who I'd take off for him. Yori. You love to see it. I don't know. To be honest with you. Iwobi's coming on, though, for Mason Holgate. So going for it. That's an interesting decision. Especially with Under on our right-hand side, on Everton's left. Maybe Digne is going to drop further back now, and Iwobi plays left mid if they stay 4-4-2. But Digne's been really dangerous today. Really dangerous. Everton getting the ball to Iwobi straight away. And he's currently on the right-hand side. But plays it inside to Calvert-Lewin. Now you got James on the left. Right, okay. Goes for an outside the boot cross. Finds James Justin. And that is now an Everton corner. Moth, I'm not sure about that. Was it a good goal? James' goal was really good. Absolute banger on his right foot. Yuri's goal... I need to watch it again. It could be a bit of a Pickford error. James whips in the corner. Oh my goodness. It's cleared, but only to Digne, who bangs it straight at Maddison's feet. Picks up the ball again on the left-hand side, right at the corner flag now. Whips in another cross. Keane is free at the back post. Wins it. It falls to James, again on the edge of the box. Is he going to bang it? He is. It's wide. Not quite as good as his right-footed shot early. Am I happy with a point, or do I think we could win it? Oh, I definitely think we could win this game. But I would take a point. After being 1-0 down, away from home, if you come out of that game with a point against a similar level opposition to you, unless you've had like 10 clear-cut chances, which we haven't, I don't think you can really be upset with that. So I don't think it's the end of the world. We have had 15 attempts, 5 on target. Everton have had 5 and 2. Ayoze Perez on the ball now. Plays it inside to Tielemans. Has Maddison to his right. Instead, gives the ball straight to Iwobi. Good decision. James Rodriguez picking the ball up on the right-hand side. Iwobi on the right as well. I don't know what this formation is right now. Andre Gomez going into the Leicester half. Richarlison on the left has Digne as an overlap. Castan and Under trying to defend it. Managing to, but it falls back to Gomez. Digne now on the left. Decides to go back to Gomez. Plays a hopeful cross in. Siunchi with the header clear. And then Castan with the second clearance. Siunchi with another clearance gets fouled by Calvert-Lewin. Free kick right on the edge of Leicester's box. Bet you're going to use the excuse no Vardy. I think you're coming into the stream of someone whose opinions on Leicester you don't understand. I don't make excuses if we don't win. We haven't needed Vardy to win in our last few games. We just haven't created... Like, even if Vardy was on the pitch today, in place of Perez, we haven't created the chances to score. So... a lot of our efforts have been long-range efforts, hopeful efforts, that you really, really wouldn't call clear chances. Whereas now, we give a chance away. Good tackle, though, by Castan on James Rodriguez. Tim's had a decent game. It's been difficult for him, but he's done well. Nakamura, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maddison now with the ball. To Cengiz Under. To Castan. Inside to Tielemans. Drifts into the Everton half. Right to Cengiz Under again. One-on-one with Digne. Beats his man. Gets in a cross, but it only gets to Michael Keane and is cleared. Tielemans now with the ball on the edge of the box. Tries to play it in, but yet another clearance by Michael Keane. His defensive block has been very, very hard for Leicester to break down. Your team's too old. You mean the Leicester team? Again, I don't believe you know who plays for Leicester if you think that the team is too old. I'll just advise you to Google it. There is an option to buy with Cengiz Under, yes. Yes, there is. Gylfi Sigurdsson coming on for Everton. Game sort of fizzled a little bit here. Maybe one big chance left. James Rodriguez subbed off for Gylfi. Interesting. He's been doing really well. And we've been struggling to contain him in this game. His agility on the ball to just move it from one side to the other and then ping a pass has been really hard to control. So that's a bit of a surprising sub. I guess they don't want to risk taking, like, Andre Gomez off because of his presence in midfield, but... interesting. Right. Sayuncu charging forward down this left-hand side. Beautiful ball inside to Perez, but he can't get it under control. Andre Gomez comes in with the tackle. Could have been a foul, but ref doesn't say so. And now, apparently, Richarlison's through on goal. Timothy Castan with some fantastic defending, though, to get back. If Richarlison was actually onside, he's found himself like 5 yards behind the defensive line, but Castan, brilliant work rate. Absolutely brilliant to get back, use that strength, and then get in a fantastic slide tackle. But now it is an Everton corner, which is just as dangerous. Ndombele has been good. Schmeichel, Albrighton and Evans. That's 3 players out of a starting 11. That doesn't make the team old. Corner whipped in. Richarlison over the bar. Thank goodness. Jamie, yes. Yes. Is it the correct time? I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean at the very top, that's how long has been played, yes. If you do enjoy today's stream, please do consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more watch-alongs as well as FIFA streams and videos as well. 5 minutes to go in this game-ish. Cengiz Under against Andre Gomez. Drives into the box. Has a shot cleared by Yerry Mina. Out for a Leicester throw-in right near the corner flag on the right-hand side. Centre-backs for Everton have been solid and dealt with basically all of these crosses. Castan with the ball. Finds Tielemans with the throw, but loses possession. Richarlison now on the charge. Gylfi Sigurdsson plays it out to Iwobi on the right. Huge run forward from Godfrey in front of him. Iwobi decides to ignore him. Beats Harvey Barnes, though. Still has the ball. Whips in a cross. But that cross had to be perfect. From that position, he was basically at the corner flag. Sure, no, because the game will finish. And that's the point of the stream. Simsy, I'll fix that at some point. Right. Fofana pings it left. Sayuncu. You're taking 1-1 any day. Same. I think both sets of fans would probably take 1-1 at this point. Maddison on the halfway line, trying to create something. Fofana gives the ball away completely unnecessarily. This is a good chance for Everton. Gylfi Sigurdsson has the ball at the corner flag on the left-hand side. He's got Digne behind him, who could easily whip this in. Does first time. Calvert-Lewin. Jesus. Just heads it wide. My goodness. That was close. That's the first time they've found Calvert-Lewin in a really good position. He should probably do better. I think you got to hit the target there. As good a striker as he is, especially in the air, I think he's got to hit the target there. And now he gets subbed off for Coleman. So it looks like Ancelotti is sort of just making sure that they don't concede one late on. But that's Calvert-Lewin's big chance missed. Jamie, yes. Need another Tielemans goal. I'd take that. I'd take anyone. I'd take any of our players scoring right now. Harvey Barnes with the ball left side of the Everton box. Tries to cut inside. Does. Finds Maddison, who turns and shoots, but Michael Keane with the big block. Keane and Mina have put in very good performances today. They've made some very, very good blocks. Great touch by Maddison. Goes for the volley. There's a chance it may have been a little bit too high, but Keane's block, fantastic there. Fantastic. And now the 11th Leicester corner. Looks like it's actually going to be kicked in this time by Maddis. Here we go. Whipped in. Does beat the first man, but does not find a Leicester player. Shock. Now Digne with the ball on the left side. Plays it into Tom Davies in midfield. Panics a little bit. Clears it out for a Leicester throw-in. He's been the weak link today for Everton, Davies. I think if they had a different player in instead of him, then they would have done better here. I mean, they may still go on to win the game. But hey. 3 minutes added on. Maddison to Castan. Back to Maddison. To Tielemans. Forward to Castan. Inside to Tielemans. Out to Maddison at the corner flag. Whips in a cross. Perez is not going to win that. But James Justin is going to pick it up on the left side of the box against Coleman here. Back to Mendy. Inside to Tielemans. Out wide left to James Justin. Chance he was offside, but yep, he was. There you go. If you had Allen or Doucouré, you would have won. It would have been completely different. Simple as that. That's what I mean. Having Tom Davies in there, he's just not as good as them. 4 minutes at Old Trafford left. 2-1 still. You say if Vardy was playing, Leicester would have won. Not with the chances that we created. They give Harvey Barnes man of the match. Interesting. I don't know. Cianci wins a big header against Richarlison, whose shock is down on the floor. Coleman now tries to get a cross in. Wins Everton a corner. But yeah, Richarlison, I don't know if I see any players moan more than him, man. Yeah, Yuri's been fantastic. Davies is a liability for you? Yeah. Right, who's going to take this corner then? This could be the last big chance of this game. Digne is going to whip it in with 1 minute to go. We concede the most goals from set pieces in the league. Could it be a last minute winner for Everton? I would not be shocked at all. Here we go. As I say, Digne to take. It would be heartbreak. Oh my goodness. It bounces to Andre Gomez, but it just bounces off of his chest and we manage to clear it. My goodness. Cianci gets the first flick on, falls to Gomez. If it hits him here, he controls that and has a shot on goal. But instead, it bounces off his belly there and luckily falls to Fofana and we managed to get it clear. So really, really not long left. Everton have a throw-in midway in the Leicester half with a few seconds left. I don't know why they're not taking this. Right. Throwing it forward. Really hopeful. I don't know what the plan was there. Iwobi picks up the ball left side. Pulls it inside to Andre Gomez. Nice touches past Tielemans, but that is that. Richarlison is going mental. I don't know why. Wow. That was a really good game. That was really, really good. I'd say a draw. Considering the chances that we both created, I think that's a fair result. Because neither team created, a load of clear-cut chances. We had... Whose chance was it earlier? I can't even remember. James Justin had a half-decent one. Calvert-Lewin's header was probably the best chance of the game, and that's not where either of the goals came from. So, I'll say GG to that one. That's a good result, I would say, for both teams, because you're competing for the same thing in the league, right? As it switches to Man U, who in a couple of seconds are about to lose to Sheffield United at home. My God. But yeah, there it is, full time. Jesus, man, that's ridiculous. So both Everton and Leicester, both happy, I would say, with a point. Because we're both competing to try and break into top 6, top 4, etc. You don't want to lose to these teams. Because if you do, then that gap just gets bigger and bigger. But I'll take that. I'll take that. That's a decent result, especially as we were losing. That could have been so much worse. So much worse. The Deary me. Considering FIFA views recently, this stream's been solid. Yeah, it was. The viewers went up, especially right near the end. Obviously now they've plummeted because the game's over. But yeah, today's gone really, really well. So I thank every single one of you that's tuned in today. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you've hit the thumbs up. If you do want to see more of these, please do consider subscribing, because I love doing watch-alongs, and I'd love to do more of them. And if the reactions to them are as good as they have been today, then that is the dream. But that's 2 big results for the table. Man U losing to Sheffield United is monumental for the title race. Sheffield United getting a massive 3 points. Chelsea drawing to Wolves means that they don't gain any ground on us. Leicester, if you don't know, I'm a Leicester fan. We didn't lose when we were losing, so that's really, really good. Everton, will they feel hard done by that they were winning and ended up drawing? I don't think so, because I feel like we had more control of the game. And we did create more, not great chances, but we did create more chances, we had more possession, etc, etc. So what it means is, I'm going to pause on this screen actually. It means Man City are on 41 points with a game in hand. Man U are on 40 points after 20 games played. Us, Leicester, are on 39 after 20 played. West Ham are on 35 in 4th. Liverpool have a game in hand. They're on 34 points. Spurs have 2 games in hand. They're on 33. Everton have 2 games in hand. They're on 33. So but all of these teams, I don't know who each other plays. If all of these win their games in hand, it would be Man City 44, Man U 40, Leicester, Everton and Tottenham all on 39, Liverpool on 37. This is tight right now. And even Villa, if they win both their games in hand, they go up to 35. I'm assuming they're showing the bottom half as well. So Sheffield United now up to 8 points. They're still 10 points off 17th. But 8 points. They're in a much better spot than they were a month ago. Everton's games in hand are City at home and Villa away. Liverpool will win tomorrow, can go 4th, but it's Tottenham. Again, another huge game. This weekend has got some very, very good fixtures. Well, a weekend. Week. Match week, whatever you want to call it. This season's sick, right? I think that's the only real way to describe it. It's really, really entertaining and enjoyable. It's great to be up there as a Leicester fan. But even if we weren't, my God, this would be awesome to watch. You genuinely don't know what the hell is going to happen week to week. My days. We deserve to win from that second half, but the way we drew the game has annoyed in the long term this season. 4 points from the 2 games against you is very good return. Yeah, and again, for us, considering we lost the first game against you, to manage to get the draw, I'll take that, especially as we were losing. City 4 points clear if they win game in hand. Yeah. The one worry that I have with the league is now if City basically just go on a mad one. If they don't lose like their next 5 games, like don't lose in their next 5 games or something, they could create a gap at the top. And then I guess it would be a battle for the rest of the top 4. I hope that doesn't happen, because that's basically what last year was with Liverpool. They'd won the league months before it finished, and then it was the race for top 4 between City, Chelsea, United and us. Unfortunately, we came 5th in the end, but maybe a similar thing could happen this year. I don't know. Man City Liverpool is coming up soon, and like you say, Liverpool Spurs, Everton Man City. Like there's some big matches. Big matches. Enjoying this year's Prem, it's completely different from last year. Exactly. This is the kind of season that I think properly advertises the league rather than last year. Right? Arsenal on the way up. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, where have I put my remote? Here. Arsenal, if I go back... Arsenal are on 30 points after 20 games. They're on the same amount of points as Chelsea, with a slightly worse goal difference. It's pretty mad. Yuri man of the match. I might agree. To be fair, though, if I'm giving an overall man of the match, I'd probably go with... I mean, James has to be up there. He was really good today. I'd probably go with someone like Michael Keane, though. Him and Mina were very, very solid today. So I might give it to one of those two. I think for us, yeah, Yuri is definitely up there. Castan was good as well. I mean, Fofana dealt with Calvert-Lewin pretty damn well today as well. I thought he was good. But yeah, I think overall I'd probably give it to one of the Everton centre-backs because they thwarted so much. They made so many key interceptions. Even Godfrey had a good game today. He made some important blocks and some good challenges as well. So I think the Everton defence deserves a lot of credit for today. Because we created a lot of chances, but they only let us create average chances because their defending was good. So we had to go for long shots. Shots from the edge of the box or stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't know how they give it to Harvey Barnes based on the whole game. If they give it based on the first 25 minutes, Harvey Barnes man of the match, sure. Maybe in the first 15 minutes. But the whole game? Nah, I wouldn't go that far. But... I think we are satisfied with that. Satisfied with that result. That went okay. The stream actually went okay as well. We got a decent amount of viewers. Our average was probably about 125 to 150, and then it massively peaked up at the very end to like 300. And yeah. Been decent. I don't know if we gained any subs because YouTube's broken and it doesn't really alert you to any subs now, which is annoying. Why do some fans want Perez not to play or leave? Didn't get many chances today, in your opinion. Perez is the new scapegoat. Simple as that. So he will get moaned at even if things aren't his fault. So yeah. The plan for tomorrow, because David asked about this as well. I'm not doing a reward stream in the morning because we're going to do the massive Team of the Year pack opening in the evening. So that is tomorrow's plan. From like 5 p.m. onwards, we'll be gearing up towards that humongous Team of the Year pack opening. And if you don't know, then it's on David's account. He's got 120,000 FIFA points, like 150 to 200 packs as well. It's huge. So that's the plan. But for today, I think that's it. So again, thank you very, very much, everyone that hit the thumbs up. I can't see how many likes we got. I don't know if that means we got 100, because it's got dots there. If we did, thank you very much. Again, thank you anyone that subbed. Absolute heroes. Leonard, thank you again for the dono. Apparently Josh renewed his membership. I never saw that come up in the chat, but if he did, he's a hero as well. And other than that, I just have to say thank you very much for being a part of this. I want to do more of these in the future. It's a lot of fun, and if you guys enjoy it, then I'll do more. So I will see you tomorrow. What's something in the back of my... I'll see you tomorrow in the afternoon at about 5 o'clock, ready for the pack opening. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your day tomorrow. I will see you then. But for now, thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye. In a bit.